I'm here with Rae Morris and we're going to be making some rose garden seedling tiffins based after Rae's track Rose Garden.
Very excited about it.
When I was finding out from you what your favourite ingredients were and sweets and chocolates.
I sent you a lot of information about that.
Loads of good stuff though, loads of good stuff. So one of the main sort of basic ingredients in a tiffin is the biscuits.
Right.
So you were saying you love ginger nuts, which I love, and nice biscuits. So we're almost going to play on an A side and a B side. So I'm going to put in some of your favourite things and you're going to put in the other side. But what we're going to be doing is exactly the same and all the weights and all of that is exactly the same.
Brilliant.
I'm using coconut oil, vegan friendly, and then you've just got some good butter.
Good old fashioned.
So you want 50 grams going in there.
Okay.
There we go.
43.
On the money, a little bit more.
Not bad.
Ooh. And you want a tablespoon of golden syrup.
Okay.
There you go.
Great. I love golden syrup. It reminds me, because my mum used to have the amazing tins.
I love the tins. They're also really good to bake in.
Oh, really? You can actually bake in the tin itself?
Bake in the tin.
Wow,
Cake
that's
tin.
so cool.
We've got
Chocky.
100 grams of milk chocolate, 100 grams of dark chocolate, and this is actually your friend Phil's chocolate, isn't it?
It is. It's my mate Phil's chocky.
Incredible,
Thanks for giving it to us, Phil.
I know. So it's even got more of a sort of a personal touch.
Yeah, I think that's so nice.
Tiffin.
You know, when you're in a kind of creative industry, there's so many friends and people that do cool things, and I guess that's kind of how we met, really.
Yeah.
Via Bombay Bicycle Club.
Yeah, I know. It was Jo Wiley, wasn't it?
And Jo Wiley.
And I remember she was playing one of your tracks. And then you tweeted back, didn't you? And you're in the studio with them.
Yeah, with Mr. Fryers.
Mr. Fryers.
We were saying, Francis, can you make us a cake and bring it to the studio? We were being really cheeky, I think.
I was loving it though. I was like, what sort of bake do you want? And I remember Ben was saying nothing with marshmallows in.
Yeah, he doesn't like marshmallows.
This is almost like British Rocky Road, which doesn't have marshmallows. So
perfect, it's ideal.
Ben friendly.
Is this going straight in here then?
Go straight in there.
I like this approach. It's a bit more
more hands-on.
Yeah.
Give that a little bit of a stir. It's not actually on direct heat, but because the oil or the butter is so warm, the chocolate is literally melting like a bath.
It does the job for you. That's amazing.
In here, I've got the nice biscuits. So it's 50 grams, so it's about 5 biscuits each.
Right.
And you've got ginger nuts, and then these are salted almonds,
right,
which are amazing anyway, but they actually look a bit like a rose hip seed.
They do.
You could blitz them up in a processor.
Right.
But we're going old school. Just going to put it in a Ziploc bag.
Great.
And then just fold that up, and then with a rolling pin.
Oh, you go first.
Just take your anger out.
Oh, look at this.
So yeah, when did you start
making music?
Yeah, you were saying it was when you had your tonsils out.
That's another running joke that I couldn't really sing until I had them out. So, but yeah, I don't want to encourage people to go and get their tonsils out or anything, but.
They're all ready to go in. How's your...
I just forgot about
that. It melts pretty quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, that smells so nice now.
Give that a little bit more of a melt. And then we're going to also flavour the chocolate. So I've got a lime here because it's like lime and coconut.
Cool.
And you've got a lemon, as much for flavour, but also like your album cover, which is such a great, amazing yellow colour.
It is.
It's almost neon, isn't it? But it's pretty close. I'm going to grate in...
Literally looks like grass.
Grass is going in.
There is grass going in.
Grass is going in the tiffin.
That smells so amazing as well.
I'll pass over the grater. They just do it really fine. I mean, you can use a thicker one, but you'd have a bit more thick cut marmalade. Instead of the marshmallows, for adding a bit of chew into the tiffin, I've just got 50 grams of mango here.
Oh, wow.
You can do it with a knife, but using scissors,
there it goes,
feeding around, is you just sort of almost take your dried fruit to the hairdressers.
How small do these little bits need to be then?
Well, you don't have to be too precise, but you don't want too big a chunk.
So how did you figure out that putting mango in something like this would be a great idea? Is it just trial and error?
It is, I guess, a bit like trial and error. You've just got to give it a go, and sometimes even when mistakes happen, they can end up turning into a creation that you maybe wouldn't have come across if you hadn't actually
And that happens in music as well, so much of the time. You know, you write so many songs and the majority of them are terrible, and then...
But were there any of the tracks or any parts of the tracks that were came about sort of serendipitous?
Actually, the album track in particular, someone out there came about because a fan sent all these beautiful gifts to the studio, and it was so thoughtful and amazing.
Ginger nuts?
Not quite ginger nuts. It wasn't that thoughtful. But actually like really creative, and I just thought that's just such a beautiful thing to do, to let someone know that you're there and that you kind of care about what they do.
So now we're going to just tip in.
To the tiffin.
To the tiffin. Just pour that in. And then another little thing that adds an extra bit of flavour is I've just got some vanilla extract here. So you want a teaspoon, but again, it's about a capful.
Oh, I like that.
So stir that in.
Cool.
We've got here...
That looks so good.
Just like a little scattering of rose petals. Now, I do feel like I'm Rowan Atkinson in Love Actually. And then pumpkin seeds, so they're similar colour and they look a little bit like a rose leaf petal.
And it's a literal seed, I guess.
Literal seed.
Because the lyric in the song is, I could plant a rose garden.
So stir that around.
I want to eat it. My favourite thing to do was when your mum's been making the cake, just literally straight from the bowl.
And also, I know it's like raw flapjack mixture. I prefer actually to cooked.
Completely.
So good. We're going to be then putting it in these little trays here.
Great. Are these fresh from the garden centre as well?
Fresh from the garden centre.
I love that.
But they've got a little hole in the bottom. So to stop all the mixture seeping out, we've got Rose's chocolates. And you were saying you love the golden barrel.
I do.
So just take one of the chocolates and just put it in the base.
Oh,
so you
one?
stop the chocolate mixture seeping out. Pop them in. And then just take the pan. So you want to just fill the little trays about half full.
Okay.
And then we're going to be adding another rose.
How am I doing there?
Amazing.
I've maybe got too much in,
you can squish
or?
them down, it's fine.
Okay.
And then just take another chocolate of your choice.
I'm going to take another barrel. So
another
that goes
barrel.
on top again?
That just squishes down in the middle. So the idea is that when you then cut through it, you get like a little hidden rose.
Wow, that's so
cool.
cool.
In. The remaining mixture, just cover that last chocolate.
Okay.
And put it on. So is there anything you really crave when you come off maybe doing like a live performance?
I actually find that I'm pretty depleted of salt after I've been jumping around.
Actually, you can stop right there, because what is there?
I wasn't leading it towards that, but I have been eyeing that up. Like, what is that?
Right, come on, introduce everyone to this.
So this says truffle salt, which I think Francis knows about because we've spoken about my favourite thing are truffle crisps.
But you haven't, you should say that.
And you got some.
Because the golden barrel's caramel, you could do like salted caramel. Sprinkle a bit of that over the chocolates now.
Can go right in there,
This could be
can
a
I?
taste sensation.
Okay, so I think I've covered those now.
Covered those. In here is some like cacao nibs.
Nice.
You could just use grated chocolate, and also a few chopped nuts. So it's just looking a bit like that sort of earthy,
that's lovely,
topsoil approach. And the good thing about basing something on like a garden, you don't have to worry about it looking too perfect.
That's my kind of baking, to be honest.
And also, because you're putting them in these little tiffin seedling trays, just a little finishing touch. These are little biscuit planters.
Wow, look at those.
So this is just some biscuit dough.
That's so cute.
And then this that looks like some crazy Edward Scissorhand knuckle duster, but it's actually a herb cutter, so it sort of fits in with the gardening theme.
So did you cut
You
these?
just run it over the biscuit dough,
Right.
so they're all about the same size. And then you can just leave them plain, but you can get these like little letters.
That's
embossed,
amazing.
But they should just stick
Lovely.
through.
It's really satisfying. Because you
Plunging it
feel
in.
like you've done it as well and you're finished and you're labelling
And you've got
it.
like little gingerbread ones there.
Is that what they are?
They're gingerbread dough.
Wow.
And then I've just got some
Amazing.
plain vanilla ones. And then final little touch, there's just some rosemary. Rosemary, as well as smelling amazing, and it also going really well with chocolate. It's obviously like for memory.
Oh, that's so nice.
So I was thinking like for Dancing with Character,
Dancing with
should I
Character
say.
in particular, yeah.
The video for that was filmed in Blackpool.
Yeah, we did it in the Tower Ballroom, and the whole video is about memory and dance and how that's all connected. So this is really beautiful.
Did they actually have the disco balls in there?
They did. They've got like one particular massive one, and then they've got the Wurlitzer organ, which is like legendary.
Did they have a disco ball helmet?
They didn't have a disco ball helmet. Oh, is this going somewhere? Oh my
These,
God.
My friend Ollie made them.
I've got to put this on.
You've got to put it on, because health and safety in the kitchen. It's like Daft Punk style.
How does it look?
It's true.
Yeah?
But you should just
Amazing.
spin round. And so then, obviously, with a disco helmet on, you then take these,
Yeah.
to the fridge.
Okay.
To chill.
It's quite heavy, this disco head.
You can have it like that, straight off a spoon. It's really good. I know you love sticky toffee pudding.
I do.
So it'd be really lovely over that or over ice cream. But we want it a little bit thicker for our little terrariums. But
Right.
yeah, that goes in the fridge. So this is the tiffin mixture, but you can also just pour it into a normal like tray and let it set and then just chop it up. So you just sort of like build it up. So you've got like all the nuts and then you've got some cacao nibs and then whether you're using brownies or Oreos and then that's just like the layer of ganache.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh my word. How's
Be
that?
generous. That's all good.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
That's the brownie, right?
That's the brownie mix.
And it's fine to just
go straight on. Which artists influenced you growing up?
I grew up listening to a lot of radio, so I heard so many great pop songs over the years of kind of hearing my dad singing Steely Dan in the kitchen, and then when I kind of discovered interest in female vocals like Feist and Cat Power and Joni Mitchell, Judy Zook was another one who's kind of slightly more unknown, I guess, but she was really big inspiration. And then Kate Bush.
Is there anyone you'd like love to collaborate with?
There's loads of people. I think I'm really interested in the Swedish pop world at the moment.
Like Robin, Missing
We
You.
both love Robin.
Yeah.
I think I'm fascinated by alternative pop music, how that can really just kind of be so creative and artistic as well as basically like ABBA.
Which favourite track?
Oh, Dancing Queen.
Oh, totally.
Always.
And this is some Greek basil, and there's mint, or we could go back to our old favourite rosemary.
Oh,
In
yeah.
fact, you left your golden barrel.
Oh no, I was meant to put that
That
in
means
there.
you've got to eat it
Can I just
now.
shove it down?
Plunge it in.
Could I plunge it? See, this is the planting.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
There it is.
Oh,
And
and then
just-
you can...
Look at that.
That
was
now
quite,
looks more authentic.
It's quite ceremony now.
I like your
felt
technique for
quite,
that.
Quite,
You've got to go the Morris technique. Don't follow the Quinn way. Just stunk it in at the end.
And they go,
Oh, and she's gone rose petals. So then you can stick one of those in.
amazing.
And so you just pop them in the fridge.
The surprise.
And hopefully our other tiffins should now have set. These have been chilling.
Look at that. So, how
Just
do you do
unearth
it? Oh,
Pop it out.
that's really
you see?
satisfying.
It is, and you get all the little ridges
that.
down the side.
Amazing.
Little thing there.
Can
And
you just
then-
kind of,
You can eat it straight like
Straight.
that. You could cut it down the middle so you can see what's in it. But these here as well are just some like mango slices that have just dried off in the oven. So you can even take
Wow.
a bit of the rosemary stalk, which almost acts as a bit like a cocktail stick.
oh yeah.
And you can just sort of like wind it
Wow.
round and it looks like a little bit like a rosebud.
You're so
Pop that in.
creative.
Let's stick that one in there. You can make a little
Make
one.
it happen.
You can even make a little bouquet.
Look at that, that's beautiful.
That's popped in there. And to carry on with the gardening theme, there's actually just
What
some
is
cream
in there?
here. Oh, it's a bit of a
Oh
dribble.
wow.
That's
That
the
works,
table.
doesn't it?
Pours it down.
That's pretty impressive to wheel out at the end of a
At the
dinner
end-
or something.
Or
I
at
think
the
I
end of
could
a
do-
performance.
At the end of a gig.
Here.
Can I try this? Oh my word.
I don't want to give you a sugar crash because you're obviously going to be performing Rose Garden.
I think I need a bit of sugar.
Yeah, maybe. It's got
I need more
ginger
ganache.
and lemon in, hasn't it? I suppose a bit. So that is helping with the throat for singing purposes. And you're going to be moving around. So this is
That's
giving you the
amazing.
energy.
Body, don't give up on me. Who are you to judge me? Pulling up my arms and legs. Body, don't give up on me. Everyone is powerless. I'm able to help anyway. What you're going through, I can't imagine. How you barely blink, like nothing has happened to you. And I could plant a rose garden for you to lay your head down on. And I could plant a rose garden for you.
the smell of that.
I mean, that's just good to go. You could just like pour that all over toast.
Just bathe in it.
Or bathe in it. Get right in.